So when I fly, especially depending with the altitude, I always get like that ear pop, right? And mine is so bad that I've cried a few times flying because it's so bad. Like I'm in agony. And what my GP told me is to always carry some ibuprofen with.
And as we always say as well, if you are traveling to a hot country, sunscreen is very important.
Listen, hot or cold country, you better be carrying that sunscreen. Because I learned the hard way. I
mean, you're a frequent flyer.
Listen, because I've been on a few flights where my luggage was left behind, and I did the stupid mistake of packing everything in that luggage. So when I got to my destination, all I had was me, myself, and my passport.
Hello guys, welcome back to day 6 of 12th day of our Christmas specials. I hope you've been enjoying it. So today's episode is going to be about the essential pharmacy checklist for holiday travels. So stay tuned and hopefully this helps you. So Trudy, I know you're a great traveller, you like traveling here and there.
That's correct.
And during the holidays, people do travel as well. And I think it's important we go through some checklists that people need to have. During the holidays, it can be a bit hectic.
It can be.
So just to be a bit organised, I've created a few checklists just to help people.
Perfect.
To keep us organised.
That sounds good.
Especially for you. I don't know if you are travelling this Christmas, but
I am indeed.
Is. So I knew it. Yes. So we're just going to go through a few, things to help you guys. So my first one that I have is when it comes to traveling, the key thing you need to do, especially if you're on medication, is to sort that out. And your prescription. So there are some people who are on daily medications. Make sure that you have got it in time from your GP and to help you, get a pill organizer.
If you don't have a dossier box.
Get a pill organizer. Just organize your pills in there. Say if you're going for like 3 weeks, just organize 3 weeks and an extra one.
Yes, in case.
Never know.
Yeah.
Honestly, you never know.
Can I add on to that though? Yeah. If you are flying, just make sure you have your prescription with you. If you'll have to put.
Carry a copy of your prescription.
Well, the reason I say that is because if you have that pill box and there's some controlled medication in there, you might not be allowed. It might be confiscated. So.
And it's not even just about controlled drugs. Let's say, for instance, you're traveling to a different country. And for instance, maybe something happens to your prepared medications that you have prepared for. If you have a copy of the prescription, you could take it to a pharmacy.
At least you have something.
At least you have something to show. Yes, it's credible. I am on these medications.
That's it.
So that is one thing I would say. Have a copy of your prescription and just organize your medications in a pill organizer.
Yeah, sounds good.
Brilliant. And the next one is just the first aid basics. Make sure you carry that in your travels.
If you have a first aid box at home, it might be worth packing that box with you.
Yes.
Do you not actually have a travel first aid box?
You do.
It's a very small box. Maybe I'll put a picture on Instagram, but it's a very small box and it just has the basics. So it doesn't have everything, but it's got little things like little plasters. It's got like little swabs, things like that, things that you might need when you're when there's an accident on your holiday. But yeah, it is. I think they do a lot of travel first aid boxes. So.
I used to have like baby ones, because I needed to carry it.
Yeah,
so it was also small. It might as well be travel ones, but it's like a small bag with all the
little bits that you'll need. Yeah,
it's very essential.
Might be worth getting one of those then.
Honestly, yes. And the next on my list, with no surprise, are pain reliefs. Medications. Because you never know.
Yes,
traveling, you may get a headache here or there.
That's it.
You may hurt yourself.
Yeah.
And maybe during Christmas holidays, there are some pharmacies that are not open.
That's it.
It's good to have some pain reliefs with you.
I need to add on to that that one with something.
Yes.
So when I fly, I, especially depending on the altitude, I always get like that ear pop, right? And mine is so bad that I've cried a few times flying because it's so bad. Like I'm in agony. And what my GP told me is to always carry some ibuprofen with me.
Yes.
And if I'm flying, like especially long hauls, just to take an ibuprofen before my flight.
Okay.
Because what happens is when you're flying, you know, there's that inflammation in your eardrum and that's what causes the pop. So it's already an anti-inflammatory they've taken in your system, so it's going to relieve that inflammation. And so when you're flying, you might not get that pop. It's not necessarily sometimes even a pop, it's just that inflammation. It gets so painful in your ear. So guys, if you suffer from something similar, please carry some ibuprofen with you. Take an ibuprofen before flying and you'll be good as gold.
I like that. Brilliant. Yes. And still on the medication, I've got digestive health. So just make sure that you have some antacids with you. Because let's face it, during this time, we do eat anyhow. So that heartburn will be coming.
That's it.
Make sure that you have some antacids.
Do you know what? I was thinking about something. So I was also preparing for this episode, this series of sort of like Christmas special. I was thinking about something and I thought I'm going to ask you at some point, whether it's on the episode or sort of like just, you know, outside. Do you guys have something called Eno in Ghana? Eno. It's like this powder that you put in water and you drink it. Well, especially if you've overeaten, and it helps with digestion.
Really?
Yeah. I think it's in Kenya, right? Like Hannah, but don't ask me. But if you have something similar to that, maybe carry that with you during the holiday season. But it actually really does help with indigestion. Do check. You might actually have it in Ghana.
I'll go check it.
Yeah. If you have it in Ghana, you'll be like, okay, this is something that.
Yes.
There you go.
I'm gonna do that. Okay, brilliant. I like that. And the next we have our allergy and cold remedies, because depending on like which country you're traveling to, if it is like a cold country, obviously you do need your cold remedies because you never know, you may catch like a cold or flu or something, so make sure that you have them. If it is like maybe a hot country, maybe there may be some, you know, pollen going on there. So
that's it.
You may need some antihistamine.
Some mosquitoes. You might need some of the jungle fever.
You know,
just carry the bits that you need for where you're going.
That's right. That's right. And the next on my list, I've got skin and wound care. So under skin and wound care, I've got hydrocortisone cream. So let's say, for instance, you do get like maybe a bite or something. You do need that just to keep that at bay. I've got blister pads. You know, you may be in heels and
why are you in heels? Christmas Day.
Depending on where you're going. Let's say, for instance, you travel somewhere and like you want to have like a shindy, like a party or something. You want to wear your heels, get ready. You don't know.
Christmas Day. It's supposed to be chill.
Christmas can be different.
True.
So just make sure that you carry a blister pad, you know. Yeah, you know, for that heels that you're gonna wear. And as we always say as well, if you are traveling to a hot country, sunscreen is very important.
Listen, hot or cold country, you better be carrying that sunscreen, okay? Because I mean, also if you're going to a country where, like, say it's snow, like Finland, for instance, you know, they actually say the reflection of the snow on your skin is not so great. So you need sunscreen regardless of where you're going, guys. Yeah, make sure you're carrying that sunscreen with you. But more importantly, if you're going to hot countries, SPF 50.
Yes. And also lip balm with SPF. And aloe vera cream. For, let's say, for instance, you get like a burn
soothe
or
the
anything,
skin.
just to soothe the skin. Yes. And the next is motion sickness and travel comfort. So if you are someone that suffer from like maybe you get travel sickness or even like seasick, make sure you do take your antiemetics with you,
or maybe the
wristband, or you know, the ginger snacks that you
exactly.
So make sure you take that with you. The next I have is just general wellness. So let's say, for instance, if you're on multivitamins, just take it just to boost your immune system.
That's it.
Yes. And you did say earplugs. earplugs because on the plane your ear pops. And one thing as well, if you have like babies and stuff, I think it's important to get like ear muffs.
Yes,
honestly, I think that's really helpful. Just put it on the baby's ears when the plane is taken off.
Yes,
so that their ears doesn't pop.
Yes. Or just chew some gum whilst you're on that flight.
Yes.
That will help with that motion of like it will relieve that ear. Yeah. So that is a remedy. Don't know if it's a natural remedy or whatever you want to call it. If that helps you, go for it. Yeah.
I think eardrops as well. Sometimes it does get a bit irritating. So you just want to put a bit of eardrops as well.
Yeah.
And sleep aids as well, if you are traveling, something to help you sleep, because maybe
maybe jet lag,
or, you're in a different environment, so sleep aids
also not even necessarily jet lag, but sometimes some people don't sleep very well in other beds.
Yes,
I know if I whenever I'm traveling, the first night I'm gonna struggle a little bit because it's a new bed. It's like I need to adjust and readjust and and then the second night I should be fine. So if it gets in the way where you're like really, really bad, you don't want to do that on holiday.
Yes. And I've also got hygiene essentials. So your wipes, your hand sanitizer. If you're still someone that needs like nose mask and stuff, make sure you carry that with you.
That's
it.
Because
you might be going to places where it's overcrowded and stuff, so you want to protect yourself. So carry a nose mask as well if you need to.
Yeah.
If you need to,
Interesting.
Yes. And one thing I also like is carry emergency contacts and notes. So just carry like a note with you. Just put like an emergency contact just in case.
Yeah.
Just in case. Yes. And obviously your essentials like your passports and stuff, which I'm not going to mention. I'm sure everybody knows.
I mean, if you're going on holiday and you've left your passport, you're not going on holiday basically. So, because you're not going to get on that flight. So those are things that you should really carry with you. People don't, the thing is very rare that people forget their passport, but it's very common that people forget their medication. Yeah. It's more common for people to forget medication than it is for them to forget passport. Have you ever forgotten your passport?
No.
Okay.
But do you know, I was just going to say, my husband forgot one of his luggage last time when he was like traveling.
How do you forget your luggage?
So it was in a different room. So what he did is that he moved all of it to like the door.
Yeah.
And there was left with one suitcase because he was going to put like a fridge item in there. So he left it behind. So when the cab driver came, he rushed. So he just put the ones in front and then put it in the car. And he had forgotten that he had one that he was going to put a fridge item in there.
No way.
So he goes to the airport and he was like, oh, babe, I left like one of the suitcases. And I was like, really? So I went to check in the other room and it was there.
Oh
so
my
I had to
God.
put it in a different cup for him.
Guys, don't be like Steph's husband. Do not leave your luggage. And especially might be the luggage that has the things that you really need.
So I had no choice but to put it on the cup for him.
I'm gonna give a little I'm gonna add to that. I'm gonna add on to whatever you just said, which is if you have some items that you cannot go a day without, don't pack them. If you have a checked-in luggage, don't pack them in that bag. Pack them in a bag that you will have with you. Yes. The reason I say that is a lot of times, maybe if there's a delay with, say, a luggage delay, or maybe your luggage was left behind, and you've packed your medication in your checked luggage, you will not have your medication in there. So the things that you desperately need, and maybe a pair of underwear, guys, pack it in your hand luggage, okay? I like that. Because I learned the hard way.
I mean, you're a frequent flyer.
Listen, because I've been on a few flights where my luggage was left behind, and I did the stupid mistake of packing everything in that luggage. So when I got to my destination, all I had was me, myself, and my passport, some money. Okay, so I had to buy everything.
You had the money, so
yes,
you had to go buy.
That's it. But if I feel like something like toothbrush, toothpaste, because that's very important, guys. You don't want so that is very important to pack, maybe just with you, just to have with you a pair of underwear, because let's be honest, you kind of need to cleanse, right? And you need to change the underwear, guys. So that is very important. And just the other bits. So if you're on medication, make sure you pack some of it with you. Even if, let's say if you're going for 2 months, don't pack the full 2 months, just maybe a few days, because that gives you, because if you say arrive somewhere quite late in the night and it's a medication that you need maybe in the night, at least you have that night's medication or maybe a couple of days worth. And then if you need to maybe now go to pharmacy, try to get some, whilst you're away, you can plan for that. But most of the airlines will have, sent your luggage to you by then. But just little essentials that you feel are your everyday, 100%.
Yes.
And
yeah. Yes. So I hope this has been helpful, and hopefully you can include this in your checklist for your travels.
Yeah, this is good. It's kind of like just freshened my mind a little bit. Yes.
Thank